Let's start off
However,
with Melissa. Let's start off with Melissa and then Rachel, then Mary.
Like as far as where I was and like where I am now with it, but taking the classes and like coming around here, or is that kind of what you
like
mean?
personally, like by understanding more about your the placements, your chart, you know,
Okay.
your
Yeah.
astrological reality, how has that affected you personally?
Huge. I mean, my biggest thing so far has been the North and South Node, like learning about that. Because I'm a Cancer, my North Node Cancer, so I'm to be at home with the family, nourish, like, be at home. I can never say the word nurturing, but like I got this information from like the classes and stuff that I took with these guys, and with my I have my own situations with my children that I've been going through with my son for like 6 years, and once I like understood that and got a good understanding of it, I mean things were happening in my life that I've been pushing 6 years for, like we're just popping up, like happening because I was doing what I'm supposed to be doing and not out there trying to prove to everyone that I'm this great mom and I'm this and I'm that, you know? um, it's helped me with my children, like my oldest, like just understand her chemistry, like her, um, where she's coming from. I mean, it opens everything up to a different level of understanding and like, oh, okay, that's why, you know?
Was there any questions for her, Saul? That was beautiful, Melissa. Thank you for sharing that because it's about that you were able to process something within months that took years because you tapped into the rhythm. I remember.
Yeah. Yep. And it wasn't just like one thing, it was like quite a few. And like where I'm at with like my brother, even, yeah, it's mind blowing. And I'm so grateful that I have invested in this because it's only going to continue to grow, you know?
Yeah, that's really encouraging to hear.
Yeah.
Rachel?
So for me, when I started trying to like got on TikTok and understanding everything, Jordan was where the algorithm took me first because I wanted to understand the fundamentals. I started going into psychology and understanding, like, just how it connected, how to connect the science with the things that were happening to me. Because I knew that if I just went around like freaking, like, why am I, seeing things, why are things changing for me? So I want to connect. I was like, I need to, connect the science to spirituality, right? And getting to that in the universal laws and everything, that was first. And then when I started listening to Astro and understanding that the chart is like, there's a psychology to it. My whole life, I'm thinking people don't understand me. I didn't understand what I was projecting. I didn't know how my moon was affecting me. And when I started finding out more about my moon and how I process things and how the emotions affect me and everything, and it was like therapy instead of actually going to therapy. Because when I was younger, I got it all wrong. I didn't do it right. This is like quantum leaped, like, 10 years of therapy wrapped up into just, months, and helped me to understand the people around me better. It gave me more patience and compassion for some of the people that have been in my life my entire life, because I know a little bit about their chemistry. And so it's helped my relationships. And that was a big thing, because I can not to, give tell them anything about themselves, but just to understand where the flow of energy is and how they're processing things, or how they might react when a certain emotion is, just because they're whatever is going on with them at the time. But when I understand what's going on with the flow of the energies, I can use that to my advantage, because I can focus my energy on certain things that wouldn't normally I'd be resisting and fighting against. But now I'm like, okay, this is what's going on. This is why I'm feeling this way. This is what I should do. It's like, it's helped me to, focus in, zone and plan a little bit better. So relationships, my own journey, and what's to come, that's the biggest thing for me. I don't feel like crazy anymore. Like, I'm a little crazy,
I
but
love that you said that, because my Taurus moon sister, I want you to, and I want Saul to respond to that. When we first met and you wrote me that message, because I helped you out that day, and you were so appreciative, and I needed to hear that because I'm human, right? We don't need to hear appreciation, but we do. And I want to say thank you, because I grow with you whenever we have our Taurus moon lives or we talk, because we start to understand that we are not crazy. We're actually perfect. And this gives us like that validation that not anybody else will understand but yourself.
yes, I love myself even more, because I know that I wasn't broken. There wasn't something wrong with me. It's just my chemistry and how to balance it out more. But yeah, like like you said, the Taurus moons, like, I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, that's been happening. Yes, I've been, the fluorescent lighting. I can't stand being in hospitals and bright lights. I'm like, bright light, I like natural lights and loud noises and certain things. There's a reason behind that. It's not, and I don't have to go and get on medication, which I've got. They used to do that to me, and it would like have opposite effects on me. I don't have to do that. As I understand my psychology and myself better too, so it's given me a lot of freedom and liberation.
It sounds to me similar to going in and being fitted, like for a dress or a suit, and it's bespoke. It's designed based on your type, your dimensions, your specific psychological nuances, which it sounds like it's not only freeing, empowering, but as you said, you can appreciate yourself, love yourself even more, because you're not looking at yourself going, wow, I'm broken, I'm not right because I don't match what other people are like in these ways, and so something must be wrong. But instead, just understanding in a deeper way what makes you you. That to me is, that's, I think that's what we all look for, right?
Exactly. It's tailor made. We are each tailor made. We have our own individual identity and makeup and chemistry that is us, that gives from the gift. It's a gift. It's not, like nothing broken. You're right. Or tells you more about that, and it gets you from point A to point B instead of traveling through all these different like closed doors and blockages. You can get there directly. Like
Directly, right? And like a small example, so it just feels good to hear how amazing the universe can really help us out. And I'm here to guide, because it's your journey. Like with my brother, how it helped me out, because I used to think that, oh, you don't love me because you're not like seeing I'm not seeing your excitement or value in what I'm doing, right? And when I really started to understand the process of Taurus, is because Tauruses already value you for who you are, because you are ruled through that embodiment of what you are made out of. It's one of your key markers, self-worth, right? So you know that there's that strength in you. So when I started to understand and not take it personal, Astro, calm down. It's your brother. He loves you. He's there when you need him, but he's not going to value everything you value. Oh, okay. I get it. Does that make sense?
Absolutely, yeah. It's about accepting yourself for who you are and being able to also accept others for who they are. And that creates like more of this. That happened to me with a friend of mine who he was my best friend. We played music together, but his his idiosyncrasies and his nuances at first was like, I got so mad at him because I was trying to make him be something he wasn't, or expecting things from him that wasn't who he was. But once I came to accept and understand this is literally what and who he is, and it wasn't terrible or bad, it just was so different from me in certain ways, then there was like this harmony that was even brighter than it was before.
Beautiful. Isn't it beautiful to understand the mechanics of each other? Like, you're also like that Cancer rising, like my brother, to not get off topic quickly. And one thing I can understand is because it took me, I'm talking about myself, of how not telling them who they are, accepting it because I understood the chemistry that, okay, right? That Cancer risings have like this natural obligation to sometimes be there for the family. And then they go to their friends and kind of say, oh my God, my brother needs me or my mom needs me and this and that. And I used to take it personally when I would hear, I'm like, what, right? But it's a process of how you are. You identify yourself through that nurturing. And so that causes a lot of, judgment through how people raise children, or that it's in your nature. But it's not who you are.
Right.
It's what processes, what's the purpose of this is where we get to. Where we do the surgery with the classes, right? To get to the core of it. To get to the core that you're going to go through your life as times that your feelings are going to give you anxiety. Not your thoughts, not your projection, because each process has a different one. And when you target that specifics, you start to see the magic that it's really, like these ladies said, 6 years and 2 months. Because you're focusing it towards where the universe is projecting the light for you to do it. The universal order.
Mary, tell me about you.
Well, just to kind of touch what you just talked about is, there is that not only do you understand yourself, you can understand other people, but you do understand that third aspect that is created in any relationship, that synergy between you and the other person, that third, that essence, in to appreciate the beauty of them who they are and you who you are and what you guys can create together. It's not always about a romantic relationship, friendship, family, and to actually, you don't see how you project yourself. You don't see your own son, but to see how someone else perceives you and what they give back to you and what you guys create together. I mean, that's just one little tiny piece of what I've learned. But the biggest, most wonderful thing is this has given me one badass tool to face each day. We can't control what the universe gives us, but we can control the way that we react. And that's what we do, is we react to what comes towards us. We can limit some of those situations that we allow ourselves to be in and around. And this understanding the planets that relate to so many different things in our life and applying that to our lives, it is a giant tool, a wonderful thing to have in your toolbox to lessen the blows of things, and also to inspire your confidence and your abilities to see where you shine, what to put your attention into, what works for you. And I've met some amazing, wonderful people that have changed my opinion. And I've learned about some things that, like resentment, that I didn't even know I was carrying. So I've been able to heal. And I have two wonderful brothers that Astro and South have taught me so much about myself, life, the planets, astrology. It has been the most amazing experience, and I so appreciate them so much. So that's
I
what
hear
it's
that.
given
That's
me.
amazing. That's awesome. That's really that's this huge encouragement in terms of practical tool. This is what keeps going through my mind. Oftentimes I'm having conversations with people who are unfamiliar with the